arrived in this league as a rookie. He was playing lights out in the preseason. Tony Romo was enduring questionable health, and people were contemplating whether or not he'd even play anymore. And Jerry Jones held on for dear life to the prospect of Tony Romo returning. He was very, very, very reluctant to give the reins to Dak Prescott. And people try to forget that, but I never have. And I said to myself, excuse me, what is this about? Tony Romo clearly was gifted, but in the same breath, he had a special relationship with Jerry Jones. Nobody denies that. Everybody knows it. And Jerry Jones was reluctant to give the realms to Dak Prescott. Well, he ultimately had no choice because Tony Romo will retire and obviously become a star in the broadcast booth, which we all recognize. Dak Prescott has been balling ever since. He's 42-27 as a starter. He's had nearly 5,000-yard passing seasons, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions coming into last season. All right, based on what he did in 2019. He's got him to the playoffs twice. He's won a playoff game. Okay, this is a guy that clearly is the leader of the franchise. He's basically the umbilical cord to Jerry Jones in terms of the Colin Kaepernick issues, the social justice issues, the manner in which he conducts himself, and is the face of the Cowboys franchise. He has been as close to a model citizen as it gets for the Dallas Cowboys. And still, Jerry Jones can't reach an accord with them. And think about this, Max, and I'll hand it off to you by saying this. Think about this. It's not like Jerry Jones, oh my goodness, don't want to sign him. Oh, no. It's that Dak Prescott wanted to sign for 4 years coming into last season. Jerry Jones wants him for 5. Now Dak Prescott wants him for 3. Jerry Jones wants him for longer than that. I know salary cap situations, CBA negotiations coming up, all of those things play a role. But, my God, it's like backwards and stuff. Anything it takes to not commit to this dude on terms that he has earned is what Jerry Jones seems hell-bent on doing. The Dallas Cowboys will pay for this. They will pay for this dearly. And, as far as I'm concerned, it's just further evidence why they'll never win a Super Bowl in Jerry Jones' lifetime.
This should not be Dak's last year in Dallas if they franchise him, because he's in the driver's seat. Right now, Dak is sitting pretty. By the way, when you talk about all that stuff with Dak, the only thing I can come up with, Stephen A., is Jerry Jones keeping the Cowboys' name in the news, because heavens knows it's not because they win Super Bowls, right? So this is a way to get us talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Think about this. Ed Werder, I thought, put it beautifully on Get Up. I think it was last week. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys so wanted that extra 5th year of Dak Prescott. They so wanted that they wouldn't take 4 years, to the point where they traded it for 1 year of Dak Prescott. You want 5 so bad that you take 1 over 4? It's insanity. Now consider this, the franchise tag. He made $32 million, almost guaranteed. When he got hurt, didn't matter. That money was guaranteed last year. He's about to make $37 million on the franchise tag this year if they play him. There's 70 over 2, right? He's well over $50 million next year if they were to franchise him again. There's your $120 million over 3 years. It's $40 a year, just like he wants. What can Jerry do? It's worse than that for Jerry Jones, Stephen A., because you prorate those signing bonuses. The bonus is the guaranteed portion of the contract. So all that guaranteed money, you could say, well, this is over X number of years. It's this much guaranteed. You can't. With a franchise tag, it all counts against the cap. You think the Cowboys are going to have 53, 54 million counting against the cap for their quarterback next year? No way. But you know what else it means, Stephen A.? His number goes up. Because if they franchise him this year and they don't have him to a long-term deal, next year it's like, you want to franchise me again? Go ahead. That'd be 54 million or whatever it is, please, just for 1 year. So now what's his price for a 3-year or a 2-year deal? Well, if you're going to get over 50 for this year, now a 2-year deal is going to cost the Cowboys guaranteed over 100 million for 2 years. So why would that go anywhere? Remember how Kirk Cousins made off with all those franchise tags? This is that on steroids. Dak is sitting pretty right now.
Listen, I don't disagree with anything that you're saying. The point is that at the end of the day, what it comes down to is that, I lean on what Jerry Jones has been doing since Dak Prescott arrived in the NFL. He's never fully embraced this guy. The most glowing words we've ever heard about Dak Prescott from Jerry Jones is when Dak Prescott broke his ankle and was out for the year. and you knew he was out for the year. So you were sad for him, and you gave him a lot of love at that particular moment in time. You certainly didn't give it to him before or prior to that time. And we know that Dak Prescott has earned a long-term deal. We know that he has earned a contract commensurate with the Carson Wentz, the Jerry has offered that. But to want to lock this man in, just think about it. You're Jerry Jones. What are you, 78 years old? 78 years old. You haven't won a Super Bowl in the last quarter century. Okay? You got about 3 playoff wins on your resume in that span. And you're sitting there and holding out on a guy because you want him for 5 or more years as opposed to the 4 he wants to sign for. That's the reason. At age 78, a quarter century title that you holding out on this guy. Tell me what type of sense that makes. That makes no sense.
Yeah. And let me wrap this up by piggybacking on what you just said. So Goff and Wentz, guys, obviously drafted ahead of him. Both have since been traded, and Dak has a better career QBR than both of them. But we're not done with the quarterback situation, especially free agents, because we got 2 big names still available. That would be Cam Newton and Jameis Winston. Both could be on the move. Which one would you rather have? We will discuss that coming up. Both former #1 overall picks, and the Super Bowl champs have a lot of free agent decisions to make. So which pass catcher should Tom Brady fight harder to keep in Tampa Bay? This is tough. Antonio Brown or Gronk? We get into it.
Starts now.
As the world turns, everything going on with the Dallas Cowboys. We shouldn't care, but damn it, we do. Because Dak Prescott still doesn't have a new long-term deal with the Dallas Cowboys. What's up, Jerry Jones? What's up? We'll talk about that. Plus, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers on a losing streak after losing to the Washington Wizards. King James, what's going on? All that and more coming up. First takes in the house. Let's get it.